Well, hello. I'm here with Travis Vaclavik, pastor at Westgate Church in Weston MA. And I'm really excited for the Life on Mission conference that they have hosted yearly for a number of years now. And it's that time of the year again. And they're getting ready to host this year's at the first weekend in March. And they're inviting anyone that wants to from our district to be part of this conference. And so I thought I'd have Travis come on and tell us a little bit more about the conference this year. So Travis, welcome.
Thank you, Sam. Yeah, so the Life on Mission conference every year, it's something we host just to encourage people and equip people for the work of just evangelism and sharing the gospel with their friends and neighbors and family members. Each year, we kind of try to focus on different aspects of or different things that we think would be helpful to focus on for people. And so this year, we're really excited about the conference. The title for this year's conference is Confronting Christianity, Good Answers to Hard Questions, because we're going to be focusing on preparing people for the questions that we know will come when we are doing the work of sharing the gospel with our friends and neighbors.
Yeah, that's great. Why don't you tell us a little bit about kind of the theme, a little more of the theme and the speaker who's presenting?
Yeah, so each year we welcome a guest speaker to come and lead us through several sessions. This year's speaker is McLaughlin, who actually wrote a book titled Confronting Christianity, which was the magazine Christianity Today's book of the year in 2020. That book is really just organized around the idea that there are several confronting ideas to the message of Christianity, which we need to be prepared for. And so she tackles one question in each chapter several of those things are going to be things we cover at our conference that she's going to be speaking on. Things like, isn't the gospel really, or isn't Christianity really irrelevant because of science? Hasn't science made all religion kind of obsolete? Or questions like, isn't Christianity inherently homophobic? Or isn't Christianity inherently denigrating to women? These are questions that we know people are going to ask when we're out sharing the gospel and having meaningful conversations with people about our faith. We know that when we're engaged in those meaningful conversations, when we get below just the surface level content that we have to share with people, and they start to respond, they're going to ask hard questions. And so therefore, we need to be prepared. We need to prepare our people for those conversations. And so this conference is really just organized around that idea.
I love it. Yeah, it's so needed. Well, tell us a little bit about who this conference is geared for. What are you hoping this accomplishes?
Yeah, it's geared for really members of gospel believing, gospel faithful churches. And I mean, of course, anyone's invited. We would welcome anyone who does not know Jesus yet to come and join us for this conference. There's going to be a lot of meaningful things discussed. We're going to be talking about how the gospel stands in the face of all these accusations and concerns. But mainly it's for those who know that they're called to share the gospel, but perhaps feel insufficient to the work or unprepared for that work. I think all of us, it's in some way or another, feel like there's a question we're nervous to be asked. There's a question that when we're sharing the gospel with a neighbor, we say, oh, I hope they don't go there, because I don't know that I have a good answer for that question if they ask it. And those are the people we would really love to come and benefit from this time and just, sitting alongside others who are in the exact same position. So really, I would say that's the first goal, is equipping people for that evangelism. Secondly, though, I would say it's for all of us who lay awake at night thinking about the fact that there are questions that we ourselves struggle to answer, right? That as we are faithfully following Jesus, we know that there are things that we don't have good answers for yet, and so we want to wrestle with that, and we believe that the gospel and Scripture will stand, and so therefore we want to be able to ask hard questions and wrestle with those things so that we can see the gospel and Scripture prevail. So that, I would say, is the second goal. The third goal, the third group that we're hoping will join us for this conference is youth, teenagers, middle and high school students. We're inviting all of our students at Westgate to join us for this conference. We're really hopeful that many of them will be there because we know that as much as we think we bump up against these these issues and questions that people have about Christianity and against Christianity. We know that our teens going to school every day are running into these things just as often, maybe more often than their parents are. And we want them to be prepared with good answers to the things that they are being asked about at their schools and among their peers. So there's 3 groups that we really hope will engage and participate in the conference this year.
Great. Well, share a little bit more about some of the details. Tell us when, where, cost, all that.
Sure. Yeah. So the conference is coming up on March 4th and 5th. It's a Friday night and Saturday morning. So we'll get started Friday night at 7 p.m. Saturday morning, we'll get started at 8:30 a.m. and run until lunchtime. So it's pretty brief, and there's a lot packed into those just few hours. We're going to have 4 sessions with Rebecca McLaughlin. She'll be leading us through 4 lectures with ample time for Q&A. So again, that's March 4th and 5th. An important detail to remember here is that the Life on Mission conference is free. Anyone can sign up. We are pleased to host this conference because we feel like it's an important thing to do to equip the people of our church family, but also we want anyone who's interested to be able to participate with us. And so therefore it is totally free. If you are interested in signing up, you can do that quite easily at Westgate's website, which is westgate-church.org. And right there on the homepage, you'll find a link to the registration for the conference. Anyone who registers for the conference is going to receive a copy of Rebecca's book, The Secular Creed, for free. This is just our gift to anyone who's coming to the conference. It's a wonderful book and a helpful resource for engaging with the things that our culture that's all around us really upholds as its core values and principles. So really helpful resource for anyone who comes to the conference.
Well, I'm excited. I'm already registered. Looking forward to being there. And so I appreciate the invite. And I hope many of you will join us as well, March 4th and 5th at Westgate Church. Thanks so much, Travis.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Hope to see a lot of you there.